Let Amit Malviya respond that this won't end very obviously at the videography. The videography is the first step. Today you are saying what happens later, the future is in the womb, but once you know through videographic evidence, which will be established very clearly that there was once a temple, you will say now it should be restored to the status of a temple. Everything around it is a temple, and therefore so should this be a temple.
Well, Rahul, you know, history is not a fable that everybody agrees on. History has to be viewed in a very scientific manner, and the ASI survey, the videography and everything else will bear out the fact that there was a Hindu temple that was demolished and a mosque was built over it. And anyway, there is nothing sacrosanct about a mosque, because mosque is a place of worship which can be demolished, and it has been done so in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca and Medina. Therefore, for the Muslims to insist that a mosque must continue there is actually root cause of the problem. If they acknowledge that it was built on a Hindu temple, that they must be magnanimous to acknowledge that we need reconciliation, particularly on the holiest sites of Hindu civilization, Banaras and Mathura. Also, it can't be a coincidence that a mosque just comes up right next to the most devout spot for the Hindus. It has happened in Mathura. The chhajja of the mosque is actually over the Garbhagriha of the Krishna Janmasthan. Now it has to be a devious, oppressive agenda of an aggressor who did that.
Let Atiq Ur Rehman respond to it.
No, let me finish this, yes. Rahul. I don't know why Indian Muslims relate themselves to these aggressors, because they have nothing in common with these aggressors. In fact, they are Hindus who were converted probably at gunpoint and have been Muslims for the last 2-3 generations. But originally they are Hindus by culture. So the Indian Muslims should stop associating themselves with these aggressors and identify themselves as Indians first, who culturally share the same bond with the Hindus of this country. I think that approach will reconcile a lot of these differences these so-called clerics and Islamic scholars today claim to espouse.
Atiq Ur Rehman, given that this is one of the holiest temple complexes of the Hindus and that you've got a mosque at its very entrance, Amit Malviya says is a message sent by history that this was a tool for oppression or a means of showing the dominance of the Mughal dynasty over the people of India, and therefore he says that given the significance of Kashi, of Ayodhya, of Mathura, therefore there is no harm in having this debate because there must be reconciliation.
Accept it, Rahul. Please come clean, Mr. Malviya. Please come clean on the issues. If you want to demolish this masjid and build a mandir, you come clean. You are in the government. You have the power. Repeal the 1991 Places of Worship Act. Amend it. And what you are saying is that the Muslims are trying to equate themselves with the Mughal rule. We have some kind of a heroic this thing of the Mughal rule. The Mughal period, the Middle Ages, Mr. Malviya, was an age of imperialist expansion. There was no constitution. There was no United Nations Human Rights Charter at that time. Whatever the Mughal and the Delhi Sultanate rulers did, how can you say that the present Muslim generation of India, also the Hindu generation, they are equating themselves to the Middle Ages? The Hindus and Muslims of India want to live in peace. You go by the law, sir. You repeal the 1991 places and make a long list. Whatever masjid you want to rebuild, your mandir, make a list, form a committee of experts, historians, Hindus, Muslims, go by the law. You have the parliament, you are under oath. You have the power to legislate upon. Why you are making the common Hindus and Muslims, the people of India, to fight on these issues?